A very, very good morning from Hoi An, the village of lanterns and tailored suits. And today I'm really looking forward to exploring this place. This has definitely been one of the highly recommended places from everyone that's given me any recommendations in the last couple of weeks. It's actually a UNESCO heritage site since like 1993 or something like that. So it's a village that's managed to keep its traditional architecture and it looks amazing. It looks very old, but it looks amazing. This morning I'm going to explore the ancient town of Hoi An, which is located pretty much dead bang in the center. This evening I'm looking to go to an AO show, which is, from what I can gather, like a small Vietnamese Cirque du Soleil, acrobats and stunts and stuff, so that should be fun. But first I'm going to start at the Japanese covered bridge, or the Guan Di Temple. I've never seen it before in real life. I'm really excited, so let's head over there and get started. So right behind me here is the Japanese bridge, or the covered bridge, or the Guan Di Temple. It was built in 1595 by Japanese merchants who were based here. And in 1653 there was a temple built on it as well to honor the gods. Now, it's really cool to go on. It's really small. It's only 18 meters long and 3 meters wide. But yeah, fun fact, I found out online that this is actually sinking. There are plans to renovate it to stop this, but because of the ground erosion, it's getting lower, which is not good. But it's an absolutely stunning example of like 1600s Japanese architecture. Definitely worth a visit if you come.
Just one?
Yeah, just one.
Yes. You can see 5 places.
Okay, so I finally got my ticket for the old town. You can see 5 different things for 60,000, which is like $2.20, $2.25, something like that. But I know pretty much what I want to go see today. I've done the bridge. Apparently, I don't need to give them this to get on the bridge, which is great. But I'm going to head to the next place. Hello. Thank you. So right now I'm standing on the balcony of the old house of Phung. So I used one of my tickets to get in, and you get a little tour as well. It's like literally less than a minute, but she just explains the different architecture to you. So this is a mix between Chinese, Japanese and Vietnamese architecture, and it floods every year. How crazy is that? So the house is sat on like multiple wooden beams, and at the bottom they have the stone like pillar bases to stop termites, and then they have a trap door as well in the top that they bring all the furniture up when the house floods. She said actually back in the 90s, I think it was the 90s, she said, or sometime in the 1900s, the water covered the entire first story floor, but the house has survived over these years. It was built in 1790 something, and it's passed down through the generations from the merchant that built the house here in the first place. But another really cool spot of the ancient town. It's really nice to see what traditional architecture would have looked like in Vietnam all those years ago, and now that all of this is a UNESCO heritage site, it's all protected, so you'll be able to come and see it for many, many years to come. This massive group came in right after I did, but it's good. It's time for me to leave now. I really hope that's not the rain coming in. That would be very, very disappointing. I don't need another day of rain. Hello. So I'm currently in the Museum of Trade Ceramics, which is like in another really old Vietnamese traditional house, really nice, but it just covers the history of trading and ceramic trading. Museum of Trade Ceramics in Vietnam and Hoi An, because Hoi An is very, very old as a city, but the ceramic trade goes back even further. I read downstairs that the first evidence of Vietnamese ceramic trade was in like 1400 AD, something like that, but it's been linked to almost 2,000 years old, which is really cool. And in this museum, you get to see all of the examples of that. There's like different fragments from archaeological digs. There's like fully formed ceramics and bowls and jugs and everything here. It's pretty cool. Well, I wouldn't spend too long here though. Like I think 15-20 minutes wandering around is probably enough. There's not a whole ton to do. But like I said in the old place, it's really nice to see that Vietnamese architecture as it was 300 years ago. It's interesting. You're walking down these old streets and there's just like shops next to each other, but like you'll have tailors next to knick-knack shops, next to jewelry shops, next to clothes shops, next to shit junk shops. It's quite interesting to see the juxtaposition when you're walking down the street. Hello. Thank you. I am now at, I'm gonna butcher this, in fact I need to read the thing when I say it, so give me a sec. Hoi An Night Temple here, and it's beautiful. The architecture is amazing. There's so much attention to detail. There's trees everywhere that look like gnarled trees that are beautiful. They got incense going, and there's statues, and oh, absolutely stunning. Hello. If you go through the main gate into the temple, you go into a beautiful garden with all these greenery and flowers everywhere, and potted plants and little bonsai trees. And I don't know a lot about this place because I haven't found an information plaque yet. I haven't Googled it, and there's no tour guide, so I'm just going to enjoy the architecture and just enjoy the ambience. The ambience. Hello. Hello. can tell that it's very old, at least several hundred years old, and the attention to detail in this temple is insane. Every roof, every floor, every ornament, every statue, every painting, everything is beautiful and really, really well thought out. This behind me is the Loon Center where I'm going to see the AO show later. The guy at the homestay, once he understood what I was on about, said that it's going to be on at 6. It doesn't look like there's anyone here at the moment. Hopefully you don't have to pre-book. Hopefully you can just turn up and grab a ticket. That would be the ideal situation, because I'm having a look online and a lot of the websites are in Indonesian. They're not in Indonesian, they're in Vietnamese. Oh yeah, it says over here, live circus today at 6. Oh wait, hang on. Oh no, I found a ticket booth.
How many register?
Just one, please. I'm on my own.
May I know your name, please?
Ryan. I managed to get a ticket, but it's not the AO show I thought it was going to be. It's like a Teh Dar show. The AO show's on the weekends, and I'm not going to be here on the weekends. It is a little bit expensive. In fact, it was a lot expensive. It was 700,000 dong, but with a 10% COVID discount, so 630,000 dong. But I feel like it's going to be an experience, and I'm only here once, so why not? And I'll take you guys to that later. Hey, yeah, I think I'll order the Quan noodles.
Yes.
Are they big or small?
For my cup for 1 person.
So I've stopped at a nice little Vietnamese restaurant called Nostra Life, and it's pretty nice here. It's like a little back alley cafe, and these are usually the best places you'll find the local food. There's lots of popular restaurants in Hoi An, but they're usually full of like tourists, and if they're full of tourists, they're usually quite expensive, and you know, they're not usually like the local food. So here they have a Hoi An specialties menu, and I've got the Quan noodles, which I'm really looking forward to trying. This is what it looks like. It's like white vermicelli noodles with some pork and some peanuts and stuff over the top. And then she told me that I need to put the chili, the lime, and all of this inside and then mix it together. And that's how I eat it. So let's dig in. Don't at me about my chopstick skills. Oh, that's really tasty. God, I love Vietnamese food. It's so good. Would definitely recommend Quang noodles. You're gonna have to excuse the construction noise, but behind me is the Ba Mu Temple, which is actually behind this gate, which is called the Tam Quang Gate. It was built in 1626, so this is like 400 years old, and it's stunning Vietnamese architecture. You don't actually have to use a ticket to come here, which I thought you did. You just come to the booth over there and then walk in. I don't think you can go inside here. I thought you could, but apparently not. All the doors are shut, so I'm not even gonna try. Just gonna admire it from the outside. Only one ticket left. One more thing to see today. So I used my second to last ticket to come to Guan Di Temple, which is a 17th century Chinese pagoda here in Hoi An. It's just outside the ancient city, so, but not too far. It's still walkable from the main part of Hoi An. And again, like with all the other religious buildings I've visited in Vietnam so far, the attention to detail is absolutely stunning. I mean, there's not as much detail here as there has been in some of the other places, but it's beautiful nonetheless. The one thing I don't really get though is the flashing circles behind the statues, the Buddhas and other statues behind their heads. If anyone has the answer for that, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know what that is about. But yeah, I feel like I could walk around these temples for like days and just see new details all the time. It's such a beautiful place, Hoi An. I gotta say, it's not as big as I thought it was gonna be. It's like 2 long streets, which are really nice. I think unless you want to spend a long time here, honestly, Hoi An, 2-3 days max is probably enough to do what you want to do. I'm gonna go to the last and final attraction of the day with you guys, and then we're gonna check out the lanterns which come out as the sun sets here in Hoi An, and they are absolutely beautiful. All right, let's go to the next attraction. Once you leave these walking and cycling only signs, the traffic and the busyness of Vietnam comes right back again. So right now I'm in the old house of Tang Kai, and I decided to come here. It was either between this or the Museum of Traditional Medicine, and I think I made a mistake because I came in and there was tour after tour after tour coming through, and it's not very big compared to the Phung house that I went to earlier. It's not very big. You're not allowed upstairs because they're the bedrooms of the people that still live here. I mean, it's really nice actually now that I'm double checking it with no one around and I have time because everyone's bloody trying to push me away for photos, and there's big groups trying to get through, like, you know, the way it is when there's tour groups. But now that I'm looking at it, it's really nice. I think I prefer the other house because you can explore more of it, but this is beautiful. The wooden architecture, or the woodwork I should say. The altars are really beautiful as well. So I just heard on someone else's tour over there that it's over 200 years old and over 7 generations have lived here, passed down through all the generations. So, I mean, this looks really old, but the house itself definitely has been refurbished along the line somewhere. But now I'm gonna head back to the hotel. I'm gonna sit in some aircon for a little while and cool down, because as you can see in all of my videos, I do not agree with humid tropical weather very well. And then later I'm gonna come out when the sun's gone down and have a look at the lanterns, and we'll go to the bamboo circus show. Just a quick interlude. On the way back to the hotel, I popped into a mini mart to grab a drink, and I just picked up a can of Coke the size of a beer. It was quite expensive. It was like almost $2, but oh my God, look at it, compared to my head. I've never had a can of Coke that big before. Wow, I'm looking forward to this when I get home. All right, see you in a couple of hours. So it's an hour later, and this is what Hoi An looks like. It's blue hour, but it looks absolutely stunning. Like, all the boats are suddenly out. I think there must be day tours from like close places like Da Nang or something like that, because it gets so much busier, especially in the old town at night. So maybe people were just coming for the evening, I don't know. And you can actually also, there's a woman sitting on the bridge holding like little cardboard boats with candle in it, which you can buy, and then she'll give you a stick which you can lower it down into the water, and then there's loads of these little lanterns with candles floating in the water. I'm pretty sure someone told me that they actually reuse them, so they don't just let them float away. I think they catch them later and then they just reuse them again. This place really comes alive at night, but I've only got a short window to have a look at the moment. I need to go to the show, the bamboo circus show now, but I'm going to come back afterwards and see how it develops, see if it's got any busier, see what the lanterns look like at night. I mean, I got a glimpse of it yesterday when I came to watch the football, and it was stunning, so I'm hoping I can come show you later as well. But for now, let's go watch the show. I've made it, and it looks lovely at night. I'm pretty sure earlier the guy said to me no cameras inside, so including no phone. So I think I'm gonna have to put all of my gear away, and I'll try and show you a couple of clips of what it looks like. But if you want to get the full experience of the show, obviously you need to come yourself. I will give you my full opinions of what I thought afterwards, and whether it's worth $25 or whatever it is I paid for it.
I hope you enjoy the show.
Thank you.
Don't use camera.
No cameras inside, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, what's the welcome drink?
Yeah, so we have the green tea with ginger.
Yep.
And this is the iced lemon tea.
Oh, I think I'll have the green tea with ginger. I can take this inside?
No.
No, I drink it outside, okay. Okay, so it's pretty nice. You get a welcome drink with your ticket. I quite like that. Oh, it's a bit hot for me, but I do like ginger tea. That was kind of nice. Okay, it lasted about an hour, and that was amazing. That was such a good show. It started with like stunts, and they all play like the music live on their own instruments, their drums and bamboo instruments, and they're singing, and they do some stunts and some dances for entertainment, and then it descends into like a story-based dance. I'm not entirely sure what the story was, but it was really cool. And is it worth $25? 100% yes. And you know what? If I came back with like my girlfriend or family, I would pay that again to see it. But don't bother paying for like the more expensive seats. Definitely get the cheaper seats like I did, and just sit sort of like as far to the center as you can of those seats. I sat here, I took a little picture, but it's now 7:15. It's an hour later, and Hoi An is looking absolutely stunning. All the lanterns are out, the colors are out, the street food is out, it's busy. Yeah, it's really nice, but I am incredibly hungry, and there's a night market next to where I'm staying, so I'm gonna head there now and get some food, and I'll show you what it's like at the night market. I made it to the night market, and it's pretty cool actually. It runs down this entire street on the little island, An Hoi, I think the island's called. It's the same one I'm staying on actually. And it's pretty nuts. There's lots of food, lots of music, lots of knickknacks, but honestly a lot of the stalls are selling the same thing over and over again. So if you're looking to buy something, then that's pretty cool, because there's competition, so you can sort of like play the prices off each other. But I'm just looking for food, so I've made it to the end. I'm gonna walk back down the other way and grab I can't remember what it's called in Vietnamese. I think it's a ban trang nuong, or or a Vietnamese pancake or a Vietnamese pizza, some people call it. Can I get one bun trang nuong?
Sorry, 1 minute.
I don't think he's the stall owner. Alright, I managed to get my ban trang nuong. I don't know how to pronounce that properly. I'm just going to pronounce it how I see on the things. Hello! Children. But yeah, I hope you really enjoyed that day. I had a really great day actually. There's a few things in Hoi An that I didn't do that you can do, like the basket tour and the lantern making, that was definitely recommended by the places that I'm staying and people that I've seen that are here. But I just don't have time to do them, nor the money to do them all today. Tomorrow I'm going to film a Vietnamese food video for you, and I'm going to try to find the best restaurants for each type of Vietnamese food in Hoi An as I can. Subscribe, I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I think I can do it. It means a lot to me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.